Greetings, peace and love. I am midwife Sakisa. In this short series of videos, I'm talking to you about some of the tools you might find in a midwive's prenatal bag. And so in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about measuring tape, right? What are we looking for? You'll find that most midwives specifically carry measuring tape in their prenatal bag, or they keep it in their office. What we're doing is we're measuring the uterus, right? So the uterus starts out really, really small, and then it has to grow almost the size of a watermelon to hold that baby. And so we're counting how many centimeters this uterus is growing beyond the pubic bone in order to determine how many weeks the mother is in pregnancy. Because believe it or not, measuring tape, right? The uterus grows in centimeters and it correlates those centimeters there. The centimeter growth correlates, don't look at my nails, y'all, they need to be done. It correlates with how many weeks of pregnancy the mother is. So for example, if a mother were to be 21 weeks, if she's 21 weeks, let's measure it out, and let's say that she is 21 weeks of pregnancy, then we expect her uterus to measure 21 centimeters, right? And so that again is coming from her pubic bone upwards to the top of the uterus, which what we call the fundus. The top of the uterus is called the fundus. And so we're feeling the art of palpation, right? We're feeling on the mother's belly to try to find the baby, and then also to find that uterus. And once you find the uterus, it's typically a dip. There's going to be a dip between those intestines that kind of hug and snug the uterus and the top of that uterus. And you can really feel it. It's pretty pronounced once you train yourself to identify it. It can be more difficult in my experience of dealing with first-time moms who were athletes. I get a lot of those because they tend to have very tight abdominal muscles. And so those tight abdominal muscles can sometimes block the feeling of the uterus. And so it just requires a more keen touch to identify the top of the uterus or that fundus space. And so once you identify where that is, again, you're measuring from the pubic bone to the top of that uterus. So there again, if the mother was 21 weeks, we anticipate her uterus to measure 21 centimeters. And so we also give a 2 centimeter margin of grace with that. So if she's 21 weeks, again, she can measure 19 centimeters and still be okay. We can measure 23 centimeters and still be okay. We're okay either way, but it just opens the door again for more conversation. So let's say, for instance, that we're 21 weeks and mom is measuring 18 centimeters. Well, it's going to open the door for more conversation about her dates. We're going to revisit the last menstrual period. We're going to revisit the ultrasound dates to see if the dates all line up together. We're going to talk about when was the last time do you think that you had sex to conceive this baby. It just opens the door for more conversation. And if all of those things are in alignment, then we're possibly looking at a baby that is small for gestational age. Something altogether different that we have to talk about and that is treatable. I've had several mamas that's shown up to me that was small for gestational age, and we are able to address that with diet. Moringa, powerful plant. It will really grow a baby that is small for gestational age. Not so much IUGR. That's a little different, a whole nother video, intrauterine growth restriction. But small for gestational age, SGA, is treatable. We just need to feed mama. Mama needs to eat more nutritional, dense things. A lot of times we'll get this baby up to where we want them to be, girth-wise, growth-wise, right? As long as there's nothing underlying medically impeding the actual growth of this baby, which again is identified as IUGR, intrauterine growth restriction. And so she also can measure beyond that 21 centimeters. Say for instance, we were measuring 23 or 24. Or like the mama I had the other day who's supposed to be 17 weeks and we were measuring 22. Again, it just opens the door for more conversation. We're going to explore the possibility of twins. If they haven't had an ultrasound yet, a lot of times, if we are having exponential growth in the pregnancy and it's not gestational diabetes, then it most likely is diet related, Maybe the mom is eating too many carbs, or it could be that her dates are off. Like I mentioned before, she probably was pregnant earlier than she actually thought she was. Or it could be twins or triplets, right? So nonetheless, that's what we're looking for when we measure the uterus. Again, from the pubic bone to the top of the fundus, it should correlate with how many weeks of pregnancy the mom is. It's just one of nature's divine way of showing us that we definitely do come from her and we should honor her. So there again, I am midwife Sakisa. I hope something I said helped someone out there. Please continue to watch these videos for more information. Thank you.